everyone, welcome to my channel, Delightful Creations by Amber. Today I'm really excited to come on and share with you a journal cover that I have made when I was first starting to sew, and I absolutely don't like it at all. I don't like the fabric that I chose on there, but I was just learning to sew and I want to go ahead and change that cover into something beautiful. So I'm going to grab my journal cover that I've made and then a couple of fabrics that I want to use perhaps to cover it up, and then I want to do some collaging on the inside. So I'll grab my materials and I'll be right back. Okay, so here are a couple of my fabric options that I have. This one was a fabric quarter that I washed and ironed previously. I was going to use it on a different project and I ended up not using it. This one I have made a journal out of before. This is the leftover of it. This I did coffee dye and then I washed and dried it and ironed it. And then this here, I also made my coffee book out of, which I super love. It's kind of sleek. It's actually a curtain. Absolutely love this fabric. And I ended up using a piece of this on my other journal that I just made a little while ago. And then I pulled out a shirt from my closet that I will never wear. It is too small for me. And yeah, so I just kind of wanted to have some different options. And so knowing that I already have two other journals with this on there, I'm not going to use that, but I wanted to show you that I have this as an option. And I wasn't sure, I was kind of wanting to use this one, but I don't know if these squares are going to pop through on these pieces of white. So let's go ahead, or cream I should say, and see. Yeah, I can still see the background of those white, but it actually makes it more look like polka dots. So that is a really interesting look. I actually don't mind that at all. So my hair off of there. Yeah, I think that is an option. I definitely like that. I do have another journal with the same fabric, but it is a hardbound journal. I haven't done a flip through of it yet because I'm almost done building the pages, and then I will come on and do a flip through of it. But super excited. This is a really pretty fabric. This one here is a big old fabric square that I had left over from my stash. It'll definitely cover all that up, and it makes it super neutral, and I really like that too. But for this one, I think I really like that pop of polka dotted color. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to save my shirt for another project. So yeah, it's just sitting down here on my floor for now. So let's go ahead and maybe, because this fabric is a little bit longer than it is wider, maybe I'll flip it, because I think then I wouldn't have to waste as much, or in my mind. I would be able to get two more journal covers out of it. Either way I go, I suppose. I know the one upstairs, I'm pretty sure it goes this way. Just because I can see how I cut it off at the top up here. So I'm thinking I'm just going to go ahead and cut it just like this. I'm going to go try to go more vertical. Maybe it's the same way, maybe not, but it just fits the fabric better in my opinion. And I'm just going to use my scissors, even though I pulled out my trimmer, because I'm just going to cut up this straight line right here, straight as I can. I did have an extra cup of coffee today, so I'm a little bit more shaky than normal. I had 2 cups this morning, and then I decided I wanted to have one more, and I made that one into an iced coffee. It was super delicious, caramel iced coffee, homemade. So this piece I'm just going to put in my little scraps. I'm not going to throw that away. It's really neat. And then I'm going to take my little cover here that I have, and I'm going to measure it so that way I know where to cut. I need to get my cutter out of the way. That's what I need to do. Goodness me, I need to calm down. I'm just kind of trying to hurry up and craft because I just laid the baby down and he hasn't been taking that long of naps anymore. So I have to be conscious of where I am at the time of this video filming and when he's going to wake up. So I do have his baby monitor on next to me. So if I abruptly end this video, just to warn you, heads up, that's why. And then I'll come back and film the last section of this journal cover series here that I'm doing. And I'm super excited to cover this up and actually get to use it, because this is a journal that I want to fill up with you guys on camera. I think that's what I want to do, so you can actually see how I use my journals. I know I've shown you how I've made them, but not necessarily have I done any journal spreads or anything like that. And I did kind of go a little bit small on that, and I did I'm not too worried about the wrinkles in there. I'm not going to re-iron it just for time's sake. Again, it doesn't matter which way this is going to go. So I'm going to go ahead and for now, I'm just going to Fabri-Tac this down. I'm going to go sew it upstairs. My sewing machine is still upstairs. I am working on cleaning off the second half of my desk over there to my right now. And so I can set up my sewing machine down here. That's going to be super fun to have accessible to me while I craft down here. So I'm just going to Fabri-Tac that down, and then I'll come back and sew around the edges. So I'll do that off camera, obviously, so I don't have to go up, do that, and come back down and try to film. It's not going to happen. So I'm just going to basically do around the edge and a little bit on the middle here. So I'm just going to start with 1/2 of my journal. That way it doesn't dry, because this glue does dry pretty quickly. And I know that I'm going to sew right here, and that's okay because this is Fabri-Tac. So far, so good. It hasn't messed up my machine at all. So I just like to kind of drizzle a little bit here and there, not globs, not a ton, just enough to hold that fabric down. And I might have to come back and re-glue some of this stuff here in the beginning, but that's my plan, you guys. I hope you are enjoying this. I really want to be able to make something really pretty that I can use and enjoy using. I don't mind if the edges peek out from the corner, because I'll show you the journal that I already made, because I made 2 of these covers, the exact same outside. The insides are different, and I'm working on filling that up. I just completed my first ever journaling course, and it was hosted or created by the lovely JD from Willowbound Journals. I signed up for one of her very first journaling classes, and it was so much fun, and I absolutely love it. So I am excited to share that with you guys. I want to share a couple of this page spreads that I have done in that journal, and I think I have right around 5 pages or so left. So that's 10 pages front and back, you know. And then it will be completely done. And I ended up doing it. She recommended us to have a journal that was about 100 pages. That's what she personally used. And so I went with that. So I used 25 journaling pages and sewed them in, hand sewed them with the 3 pamphlet stitch. And yeah, so I'm really excited to show you guys that. And I'm not going to show all my pages, obviously, just some of my favorites. And then yeah, so this is what I did with that journal cover, is I took a scrap of the same coffee fabric here and another fabric that I have that I actually made out of my Faith journal that I made quite a while ago. I'll try to leave a link for that above here for you to watch if you'd like to see a flip through of that. But that cover, they're hearts, they're brown hearts, and so I did brown hearts and then coffee and then brown hearts, and then I actually made a closure for that one. So anyways, that is my front cover. Now I want to just do some fun collaging on here, and I'm going to pull down my scrap bin. It sits off to the side of me. This particular one does. I have another one upstairs, and I'm looking around. I have 2 upstairs. I have both of my other scrap bins are upstairs. So I've been using this lid. This is just a lid for my other paper scraps that I have next to me. So here are my 4th of July scraps from my challenge, you guys. Go ahead. You still have plenty of time to enter into that. Remember, I will be drawing the winner on June 24th. So lots of goodies there to enter into. I have some really pretty hearts, which was like from Valentine's Day. I have this scrap here that I've been saving. I love that one. And so in my box over here, I have a lot of pieces that I've cut off. I really wanted to do something special with this. And, you know, maybe it's time to do Once Upon a Time. But I'm feeling like because the cover is green and purple, I'm not liking that. You know, here's a really nice piece of green, but it doesn't go with this scrap. So let me just see what I have over here. And I have a map page. That could be fun. Let's see here. What else do I have? Of course, I have some like pink. This is like tissue fabric fiber paper. It's really hot pink. It's probably why it's still in my scrap box. I've got some really neutral pieces here. This is from JD's collection. I have this. I don't like this image, and that's why I probably won't use it. And then I have some really nice cream here. So green and purple is what is on the front. So I'm trying to keep that in mind. And this here was another journal cover that I had made. It is on top of a Cheerio nut cover. It's like a master board. I was going to turn it into a journal cover. And somehow it got into my scrap bin. So Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I clean desk and just whoop, everything goes in the box here. So I'm just having a ruffle through here. Some really dark brown. I'm not liking that super dark brown. Let me see. I have some more purple. I think I really want to incorporate some purples and greens to the inside of this. And that's kind of a hard combination to do for myself. I don't know why. I don't really care for purple and mint. But that's what's on the front, so I'm going to really try my best to incorporate these colors together. But I want neutral as well to break it up. Here's some pinks and some Hello Kitty paper. See, here's some nice little green squares, but they have pink on them. I have solid purple. I've just got a little bit of everything, and so I really like these next to each other. Maybe we'll do pink, purple, and green. I think that is kind of more like my color tone. I'm setting the stage for this journal. I know there's a lot of pink in the journal, but we can certainly incorporate that purple and add the pink to the front to pull it back. So there's one more polka dot. I love polka dots. Okay, I'm going to pull out this gingham too. I'm sorry. Okay, I think I'm done. Setting that off to the side. And so I'm going to pull these bigger pieces off here, and then I'm going to work my way down to the tiny pieces because I think that's kind of where I want to start. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't care. Aki. There's not enough of that to do anything. So I was feeling this, but now I feel like that doesn't go with this at all. And neither does this map page. To me, it doesn't go. And that doesn't go because it's blue. I know I do have a pink collage of hers I could totally use. And I would like to have matching front and back covers, so I am going to grab my trimmer, and I'm going to trim off the little white bit here on this one. And then I was at Joann's and I actually forgot to look for a blade for this thing. So I don't want to do any ripped edges. I'm just going to I don't want to do them exactly the same. So I'm going to go like this. And then this one I'm going to cut down again. So I'll have 3 pieces of this to play around with. There we go. Just like that. We'll have those pieces. And while I'm at it, I'm just going to trim up some pieces here that I can use. So I make sure that I get enough on each side of each paper. At least once on each side. Yeah, so this paper does not want to cut. And that's why I was looking for another blade. They didn't have any. I forgot to look. They probably had it and I just didn't see them. But yeah, I went in there to, excuse me, look for my Scott's Create glue stick, and they didn't have those either. That's all I went in there for. And so they didn't have any, and I was kind of bummed out. So I might have to go run to Hobby Lobby and see if they have it there. And if they don't, oh my goodness, this paper is not, it's like just tearing. Okay, we're just going to do 2 pieces of this. But yeah, run to Hobby Lobby and see if they have it there, because I love that glue stick. It's my favorite glue stick. Okay, so I've got 2 of those purples. Now, am I going to use this? I think so, because I like the florals on it. So I want to make sure we'll have a big old chunk of this with the floral. See, that one cut perfect. I don't understand why that piece did not. And I'm just going to throw this back in my scrap bin. And I'm going to trim this one down. It's going to be kind of peeking from the edge over here. So I'm kind of liking that. And, you know, I could have done this beforehand and then came on, and I'm probably not going to use this one because it's more peachy toned. I know there's a big shadow. I'm working on getting another light in here for you guys for where I have my overhead mount. It just creates a big shadow, and I don't like that. And I'm trying to eliminate it, but it is not happening yet. Okay, since that cuts so nicely and it's a nice neutral, I'm going to do one more strip of that. And it's like burlap. It's like fake burlap, so it'll give us a fun texture as well. And this green is pretty vibrant compared to these other 2 greens, so I don't think I'm going to use these as a different color tone. It just feels different. So yeah, I'm not going to use that. Now I'm actually going to trim this one down here right to that Memdex. This is the paper, goodness, that I use for that Memdex that I made for you guys and backed it with. So I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm just going to cut this big rectangle out here so I'm not wasting that piece there. And then I'll just trim it down and give myself like this. And I'm not like paying attention even how I am cutting these like in half or 1.5 or anything. I'm just trimming them as I go. I'm going to set the purple off to the side in case I want to use it again. And I think on this one, I'm going to trim it right here because I really like these stripes. And I really think that will be a kind of a fun, interesting piece to have on there, even though it doesn't have any purple. And so now this one, I'm going to come over here like that, and I'm going to cut that square out. I don't like that checkered. I don't like the checkered pattern for this particular project. I do like this chevron similar type of pattern here, so I want to use that, and I'll just cut that down here. And maybe I won't use all of these scraps. It might not even work, but we're going to try. Now this one, I put in my die cutting machine and it didn't quite cut out the hearts, so I have to be careful where I trim my paper because I don't want it to actually, you know, fall apart on me. So I can see that there's no hearts over here on this edge, but there is all over here. So I'll just pop that back in my scrap bin once it gets untangled. There we go. There's plenty of this. Let me just trim that up to straight edge. Perfect. And then on this side too. So I hope you guys are having a fun summer. I hope you're doing something, you know, out in the wonderful weather. I am enjoying it. We are going to play with squirt guns with my boys. We pretty much do it every day, but yeah, I'm really excited. They really enjoy it. They think it's so much fun, and it gets them outside. It gets them being active, which is what I want. I want a big piece of green. I don't really have any big pieces. I pretty much cut my scraps down pretty small, so I don't want the other side to be as long, but give myself a few options. I'm going to pull back this purple here and give myself another piece. Okay, let's see what we have and start going ahead and laying these out. So it's kind of not vintagey now, so I don't know if I'll use, well, those papers are interesting. So this is where I'm saying like we're going to have some interesting struggle here because I didn't measure anything. So however it fits, it's going to fit. And I don't care if there's some of the brown peeking up from underneath there, but it's going to feel weird because it's going to be dipped down. So maybe I might have to overlap some of these. So that actually fits right there perfect. So I'm going to leave that, and however this goes is how it's going to go. So, and I actually think that's perfect because those flowers are peeking up. So I can see where my halfway mark is right there. So interestingly enough here for this, I am just going to use some of that fabric tape. The one that I didn't use because I didn't like the hot pink. I'm actually going to use that on here just so I can use it. So I know this piece I want over here, and then this one will come down. Look at that. It's like almost perfect. I'm not trying to do the identical same thing, but really, really close. Just so both sides look fun and interesting. That one's not quite fat enough. This one will work. This one will work perfect right there. I need to really add some purple here. And I don't care if my papers overlap because these ones are actually really thin. This gingham and the purple solid is pretty fat. So that's the only thing with that is it's thicker paper, thicker cardstock. I don't like the green next to the green, but I do like that. And that almost goes to my edge. And then let's pop some pink down here. And I think I'm going to put this one. Let's see here. Do I like that? Then I have to find a really skinny strip to go inside there. And that's where you start running into problems. That's why I said you're going to have, I'm going to have to overlap some of these. So I don't mind that. It's not a problem for me. I'm just not liking that. So this one here, I think, and this one across the top. I'm just trying to feel with my hand here. Oops. And I think we'll put this one here maybe. And then that's almost enough to go there. I could put it there. I can always cut these down. You can go like that, actually. That fits there perfect like that. And then I'll just slide this over. This is literally how I do a lot of my master boards. I haven't even got to this fun paper yet. The one that wouldn't cut, right? The one that would not cut. I think I'm gonna pop that right here. Where's that? And then I'll put this one on top of it. Now this one is a little big. I'm just going to grab my scissors. Where did I put them? Over here. I'm going to trim this down on one of these straightish lines. Yeah, I can speak English today. And just so it fits a little bit better and maybe doesn't have all those kind of jiggity edges. So here we go. I just heard my other boy running across above me. Hopefully he's okay. And so that's kind of interesting. The gingham, the straight. I'm liking it. And let's see here. I still have this one to use. Not sure if I will. And I do need some purple polka dots over here. So I think that one's going to go there. And there's a little bit of a space here. I'm going to put the tape over top of that. But I still think I need to... and there's a little bit of space over here. I'm trying to see where that halfway mark is now. Over here on the bottom. And I don't want that down there. I don't want that down there. So I'm going to have to pull in something else. Okay, so I'm just going to start gluing for right now. And I might speed up this part of the video for you guys just so you're not sitting here and watching me glue it. In fact, that's probably what I'm going to do. So I'll be right back as soon as I'm done gluing. Okay, so that is my cover right there. I am going to find something to put in this space here and here and here. And I think I want a little bit more. Well, I would like that, but I don't want it right next to each other, so I don't really want to stick purple under, I'm going to put it underneath there. So I'm just going to go like that and stick that down. I'm actually going to glue here. Make this one a little bit easier for myself. I know it's going to come over a little bit. And this is how I fill in my gaps. Other times I will come back and stick on like an accent, like maybe some washi tape or something from my stash, like a die cut or a flower or something like that. Oh, actually that doesn't want to stick down, which was to my advantage. And I know I used Fabri-Tac on here. I don't usually do that, but I was trying to get it to dry as quickly as possible so I can go up and sew and then come back and do that next video. Now in here and here we have very similar things. So I'm going to put two things here that are going to be my little catch-all, my little tie it all in together piece. So let me have a look in my stash. I'll turn this off here to the top of my journal cover. There we go. Pull this fabric back out of the way so I can get it flush and trim that down. Perfect. Okay, I love it. I think that turned out really, really cute. I just need two things for my stash. So right next to me I have my purple stuff, so I'm going to pull out my purple bin and my green bin. And see how nice it is having everything organized and I can see what I have. So I know that these ones here are my finished embellishments and these are more of my plainer ones. And I'm right away I'm drawn to this little green tag here just because it is polka dots like right next to there. But I'm not sure if that's the one I'm going to use yet. So I just want to have a quick look here and see if there's anything else that I might like a little better. And I'm thinking it would be nice to have like a little label. This is glossy though. It is glossy. Let's see if I have anything in here that's maybe a paper like this. This is paper and so is this. Let's see if I can find another label. I have a tab. You guys can't see, I'm sorry. I have a big tag and here's one, but it's kind of dark. And then I have a little onesie there for those die cutting baby stuff. Lots of fun to be had. Okay, so here's a little bit darker one again. This one here could work. I feel like this could work. That could work for that side. And then on the back side, we could totally have a purple one. I think that looks really cute. Let me see what else I have. That one again is glossy. And it is a darker purple. Oh, here we go. Look how fun that is. Oh my gosh. Maybe I want one of these. Maybe I want that on the front though. I really like that. I think maybe I'll use this one. Maybe. Maybe. I do like this polka dot, but I think like polka dot and polka dot's too much, too close together. Just how it landed. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I really like that. So I'm going to go ahead and set these off to the side. I'll put those away later. And yeah, so lots and lots of fun stuff to play around with. And I'm just literally using what I have right here in front of me. So I am going to pop this out because I think that'll be really cute. And I think I'm going to make it go this way. Maybe I'll make it go that way. Ooh, cover up some more of that brown. Do you like that? You guys like that? Or should I go this way? I could go that way. I actually could make it go over here. Nah, I don't like that. I think I like it going vertical. So that's how I'm going to glue that one down. And get that on there. And then after this, I'm just going to take it to my sewing machine. I'm going to do probably a zigzag stitch all the way around just to kind of secure everything down. And then any pieces that end up popping off of there that haven't got enough Fabri-Tac that dried too quickly or something, I will re-glue. That one actually got a little bit too much. And I love the Tim Holtz fabric tape. I think that's super pretty. And on this one, I'm going to pop out two because there was two on there. And I think I am going to put that purple label on the front. I think that is super adorable. And maybe I'll cut out a word or two. Maybe my journal or thoughts or dreams, wishes. I don't know. Adventure. Ooh, that'd be a fun one. But yeah, well, I'll think of something to write on the front of the journal because we got to give her a name. She is now pretty. She is no longer Ugly Betty. Ugly Peggy Sue. I apologize if your name is Betty or Peggy Sue and you're watching this video. I don't intend to offend anybody by what I'm saying. I'm just trying to be silly, and yeah, nobody should ever be called ugly. I don't want you to think that that's a normal thing on my channel. It's just something that I randomly say. So I hope I don't cause anybody offense, but yeah, so this is our journal cover. I'm gonna take it upstairs and sew it, and then in the next video we will go ahead and add our pages in and continue to work through this journal. So thank you guys so much for stopping along. I hope you have a great day. We'll talk to y'all really soon. Bye bye.